Welcome back. The Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation is hosting the Heads of Diplomatic Missions Conference. The conference commenced today and is going up to the 3rd of November. For more details on this important event, I am now joined by the Ambassador Jerobeam Shaanika, the Deputy Executive Director for Multilateral Relation at MIRCO. Good evening, Ambassador. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening, John. Good to see you.
It's a pleasure to have you on the platform. Let's dive into it, maybe just for you to help us understand what the significance of the theme pursuing Namibia's economic diplomacy for development and prosperity for the 9th session of the Heads of Mission Conference, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you to the listeners who are following right now. The significance of the theme of the conference is self-explanatory, as it talks of pursuing economic diplomacy for development and prosperity. It's meaning that the heads of mission are going to discuss the way and means of how they can operationalize the theme into their day-to-day activity as when they go back to their respective diplomatic posts to ensure that whatever they are doing, the result must have an impact in the development and prosperity for the people of Namibia. That is the significance. And the way they are going to discuss, they will discuss the operationalization at the operational level, and also in terms of how they can advise the principals to make strategic decisions.
All right. Now, how will the conference contribute to Namibia's economic development and prosperity?
Well, the conference, as I'm saying, the conference is not an end in itself. The conference is a means by which it creates a platform for the heads of mission to exchange views, to analyze, and to come up with a practical and concrete recommendation on how to advance those goals. It is not the conference that is going to result into the economic development and prosperity for Namibia, but rather what the way and means by which they will use those tools to advance the economic development, economic diplomacy, in order to enhance the development and prosperity for Namibia.
Now, you mentioned that, of course, this will be an area for discussion for many topics. Now, can you share with us some of the other areas of maybe of key areas of challenges and opportunities that will be discussed during the conference?
Well, I think one of the challenges, the world in which this foreign policy is being implemented, there are many challenges. Related to the geopolitical tensions that are going on, the unfairness in the multilateral system that is not well balanced, the economic and financial, international and economic financial, which is not equitably benefiting many countries, particularly those of the countries of the South. Now, the way the decision-making process is being done, it is not where the countries of the South have much say. And that is why there are calls for reforms of these institutions so that they can speak to the aspiration of the countries of the South.
Ambassador, how will the conference promote international cooperation and partnerships for Namibia?
Well, the conference, as I repeat again, the conference is not an end. The conference is discussing the ways and means that can enhance cooperation in the turbulence world, in the world where the multilateral system is somehow the decisions that are made to the determined effect of the country of the South. So that's why now, if you know the world where you are operating, what are the best way that can make you to navigate your policy through those challenges? I think that is precisely what this conference is doing. The conference is a gathering. The conference is a platform, but it is not the conference that will enhance cooperation, but rather what is being discussed and the recommendations that are going to be made that will enhance the cooperation in the world.
Very well, Ambassador. Before we let you go, Ambassador, can you share with us how can the outcomes of the conference then be implemented and translated into the tangible actions for the benefit of Namibia?
Well, when the recommendations are made, we at the ministry will analyze them. They will be taken to the stakeholders that this is what is needed to be done in order to operationalize those recommendations. Because I'm sure, as you know, the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation is a ministry that is managing the international relations policy. But as you know, the international relation or foreign policy is an extension of domestic policies. So at home, there are key stakeholders that are very crucial to those implementation. And whether it is the Ministry of Trade and Industry in terms of trade, or whether in terms of security, there are security sector that plays a role importance, whether it is in the areas of agriculture, food security, where the Ministry of Agriculture is a main stakeholder, or in the areas of education. So those are the stakeholders that we will have a conversation and implementation of the outcome of the conference.
Ambassador Shaanika, thank you so much for making the time to talk to us, and we wish you all the best for the rest of the days of the conference currently undergoing.
No, thank you very much, and thank you to the listeners.
All right, that was Ambassador Shaanika talking to us about the current ongoing conference that is, of course, being hosted by the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation. Your local news roundup.